Alright, you're listening to Radio Blender with Invisible from Vibe Tracks. I'm just gonna put up the screen right there. Welcome all of you. I see Iris Jack, Erwin Sunny Ray, Alexander M. Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm a little late, even though I saw it. I should have saw it coming. I was busy working on a prop pack for a game. I got asked by someone to work for them. I'm not an official member just yet. They just need to see my work, and if everything is fine, then they will take me into the team. It's a VR Blade Runner type of thing. Kinda cool. I was actually surprised. They asked me because of my latest work with the locomotive. They see my low poly style game. It's a MMO RPG. A long word there. Alright. Show us. Well, I just sent the link in the chat. If you just scroll up, you see like a YouTube link for the game that I'm going to work on. I'm actually very glad that this time something serious came on my path. I've been asked it a few times to join a game developer team, but these guys never had something off the ground. They were just talking, and couldn't be bothered with that. And this time these guys actually have something done, have something ready. These guys sound very serious. I've been in a meeting call with them. Yeah, I think it's very cool. I'm famous now. I need to forget about people. Well, all thanks to Grant, and of course a little bits here and there from you guys, of course. So that's very cool. Alright, I'm just going to put the music off for now. Alright, there are 8 people. I think it's a nice moment to start. I just need to fill in my paper here. It will make sense in a second. Just need to get this done straight away. So for this week, or last week better to say, we did Mask. I tried to think of all kinds of stuff. I see a lot of cool entries. I think it worked out pretty well. Got a lot of suggestions. We have Apocalyptic Mask. We have Zorro / Bandit Mask. I got the suggestion of Zorro, but I thought let's add Bandit too. I think that is very cool. Got Vendetta Mask. I was actually only surprised that I only see one entry of superheroes. I thought people would really like that. Construction. Just filling this in on my paper here. So superhero. I think it's also funny how each time I put in the word mask while the overall theme was mask. Guess it just, some people just don't read this down here. Alright. Here we have fancy Corona mask. Let me see here. Hope you guys doing fine. Hope the weather is not too hot. It is a little bit hot today. Not all the way through. And we have tribal and that's actually it, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay. It is fun. Too bad we didn't have an 8-day for the 6 mask. Well, that's why I did Apocalyptic Mask, because, you know, it kind of looks like it. I wanted to do a fetish mask, but I was afraid people would add in genitals to the mask, and that's something I don't want to show on YouTube. Too cold for me, 25 degrees. Ah, man, it will be lovely over here. Edwin says just cloudy, 18 degrees here in Limerick. Not so bad. 18 degrees, not too bad, right? Okay, that is it. I'm completely ready. Okay. Right, so let's take a look. The first day was tribal mask with one of Swift. At some point I panicked, so I set it on fire. Didn't have any time to make the render look any good. Until you try to use some texture painting, which is always very nice. It kind of starts off good. I only missing like some holes for the eyes, I would say. You were worry about render. I think the render is kind of okay. Black background is always nice, so the colors will pop out to the max. I will only say cut off the sides down here. Got some feathers on top that look randomized. It's a good start, I would say. Like that little shape in here, make it look like it should be 2 planks. Only this down here is a little too sharp. I almost feel like when you scaled in this vertex down here, this one was also selected, so when you move it down, this one came out. It's not that smooth as the rest of the shape. Sometimes I make this mistake too. I'll just move something up. I forgot another vertex was selected, and then the work's getting screwed up. Jack says, remind me of Crash Bandicoot or something. This makes me remember something from comic. It's a good start, I would say. Very nice. Then we have one of prior code. Tablets are great for this. Tablets would come in handy, especially with texture painting, and I also believe sculpting. It's very handy. It's a very nice colorful mask. It kind of reminds me of something from Mexico, I believe, with a certain day they remember the deaths or something, and then they will paint skulls on the face, sometimes colorful, sometimes just black and white. Also kind of looks like a wrestling type of mask. I think it looks very cool. There's some nice hole in here. There's a lot of randomized stuff going on. Dia la Muerte, Day of the Dead. Yeah, I think that is the one I'm referring to. We just copy and paste that name. Yeah, exactly that type of stuff. I see. Yeah, that's what it really reminds me of. So I think it's a good recognizable mask here. Very nice. Edwin says it reminds me of the Pirate of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Then we have one of Tradalex. Here my tribal mask. Happy about the feathers, but not much time for the rest. Okay. Kinda looks like a modified mask. Yeah, these feathers kind of reminds me of a cleaning brush or something where you can clean pipes from. I think it's a good attempt to put it on here. Just try to, you know, always take care that it's behind it. Don't go through it. Little beauty mistake. And the texture here looks stretched out. Now I know you just started out with Blender, but if you use a mapping node, you can actually take care that the stretching is not happening by filling in the right coordinates. Pipe cleaner, yeah. It's a funny type of mask, I would say, but you're well on your way, and you're just a beginner with Blender. I appreciate the melon type of style down here. Very good. And then But because I wasn't happy with it, I tried another approach. I think it's okay that you know, people make a second entry is always good. And I also don't mind if you know, you are too late with things and the next day you make the subject, but also the subject of yesterday. That's also okay. Always make sure you do post it underneath each other, and then put some text with it, which one is of the day and which one is of yesterday, for example. So let's take a look. This one looks a different style, a lot more flatter. Yeah, it's a lot more flatter, so I think that's a good improvement, I would say. Make a mask flat. So the best to make it look like painting, I guess would do. The background doesn't matter in the end. Looks a bit alien-like. Once again, I think it's a good start. The second one reminds me of an ancient aliens. Yeah, a little bit of an alien face down here. With a nice haircut behind it. I see Raf and Raffles. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing fine. Hope the weather is nice. Then we have one of Yo-Yo. Started as a Black Panther mask, but I kinda took some liberties. I made a spoiler. It's also a very nice one. I really like the style of this one. Definitely kinda reminds me of a Black Panther type of mask. I would only say next time when you are doing some texture painting, make sure you increase the layer of the texture paint. Let me see if I can texture paint, base color. Yeah, okay. So if you get to the texture painting page, you make a new one down here. And then here you can increase the amount of pixels. Now, if you just want to make a color palette or something on a texture itself, so you can you know, render it and use it for other models. That's, by the way, a very handy way. But make sure you increase this. The higher this pixel will be, the smoother the painting will get onto your object. I also see a little bit of edges down here. You can also press auto mouse button and then click on smooth, because in overall you've used like a lot of smoothness. So do that and you won't see these stripes and it will be smooth. But then again, I think it's a very nice model. I really like the style and idea of it. I think the mouth, nose and eyes worked out pretty well down here. Very good. I need to fix the mirror and apply smoothness. Fix the mirror. Yeah, it might also be like the mirror for the point down here. So I don't know exactly. Yeah, you first need to put the mirror and then you need to put the subdivision. So then it will be smooth. If you turn it the other way around, it will first add subdivision and then it will mirror, and then you get like this weird stripe in the middle. I see Kaylee in the chat. Welcome, hope you're doing fine. Iris Jack is joining some Rice Crisp buns. Enjoy. Iris Jack is saying it was 7 years ago last week that I took a midnight stroll near my grandfather's cabin in the woods. He had left to my parents. There was a 5-minute path through the woods that would bring me back into the house again. Huh? 31 minutes. I am in here. A slap on the ground near my oak tree from my right. A shining beam of moonlight illuminated the whatever this word means. Covered ancient mask, but nothing like a mask I've ever seen. Ever since it's been in my life, I've been losing hours, days, even weeks of my life, complete without blackouts. Someone stopped me. Mask made in 20 minutes. Clock and box from my other project. Yeah, I've seen your clocks and box. A nice little story here. Let's check it out. It definitely looks like the mask from the mask. The only thing that I would say, it needs a little bit of a curve in there. It looks like it's very, very flat though. While the texture on it is very nice. I really like the texture onto it. But it needs, you know, a little bit of a curve into it. Green mask, blue mask, red mask, nice books, nice clock. Very good. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. 3:1/2 is 3.5 minutes. Yeah. Could also do 3.5, then I would say 3.5 minutes, but sure, could be. Maybe meant 31/32. I don't know. Iris Jack is not really good with making up stories, very confusing. But that's fine. He's very good at artwork. He's very good at making animations. Okay, now I want to read this. Ectoplasm. Okay, there we go. My English is not 100%, so I got trouble reading certain words, and I really don't want to pronounce it. I like it. Just make more curvy. That's all. Texture is very good. So we have one of Raf. My first 30-minute submission. Damn, this is hard. I like how people make like different kind of masks from different kind of tribals. I really like that you made like a beard from beads, is I believe what it's called. I really like this idea. Very good. The top looks a little too... I know it's the wrong word. I would say abstract. It's totally wrong word. It looks way too different from what it should be. I like the face in overall. It's nice and curvy. Got some little picky holes up there. Got a nice mouth. But a beard, I really like that idea. Beats, yeah. Very good. Also, points for making a nice large picture. Very good. Background is just very simple. Also very good, so you can just completely focus onto the object here. Very good. Props for that. Then we have one of Erwin Sanire. Here a tribal mask. Use it from Artworld. Isn't this mask really this thin and stretch? I would almost say it needs to be a little bit towards the side, like stretch it out a little thicker, but let me see. Artworld mask, I think. I have no idea what Artworld is. Shows number 19 mask. Oh, I seen this face of that guy. I seen that character. I have not seen the mask. Cannot quickly find it, but it doesn't matter for now. The mask in overall looks very nice, very colorful. Some nice shapes in here. Nice toots in there. It almost looks like a mask onto a mask. Really love this shape down here. It goes over it, which is very good. Really makes it look like it is some detail going on. But it's really over it instead of just flat onto it. The Shaman. Yeah, Erwin has his own thing. You know, he does it very good with painting stuff. Artworld Shaman. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. So it's supposed to be this mask down here. So it is very stretched out. So it is not you, but that's just the way how the model looks. I would say it looks on point with color, shape, the nose. Now a next level thing you could learn, all right, is when you have a hole like this, is try to keep the color also into the nose, but slowly fade it away into black until this edge down here. So it's the same like here. You can see like the color slowly fades away into black because it's shadow coming in. That will be a next thing you could learn, play around with the shadowing, going, you know, more natural, I would say, with the light. But it's very good in overall. One of the guys is saying something. This is one of the team members of the game, by the way. I'm not going to show it, it's private. Anyhow, we have another one of Erwin Sandiray's second entry for Tribal Mask, designed by myself, done in 18 minutes. Yeah, looks good. I like straight away the bumpiness going on into this, make it really look like it's a wood type of thing or a clay type of thing. Makes it more detailed, more depth into it. I like the colors and overall. Got some breathing holes into the nose. You can see the person talking. You got some eye holes in there. I also like how you have put it in chew. Just like this. This is also, I think, okay to just do it like this. Very nice. Got a nice white background with it, which make the colors come out perfectly. I'm glad that it's not like pure white, because pure white makes the colors come out more badly, I would say. The darker the background, the colorful the lights will pop out, but in this case I think it works out pretty well. Very good. Then we have a lot of tribal masks, by the way. W's solidify, modify before sculpting. Most of the time I wasted on splitting two surfaces. Alright, looks like a moon type of mask. Just very simple colors onto it. I like how there is a little bit dots here and there. Makes it look like it has been used, so that's also a good thing. You can make objects like super clean, but sometimes it works out very well if you make objects look like not clean, so it has been used. In this case, I would only say scale out the mask, let it come into the screen as much as possible, because it's all about the object and not about the background. But if we talk about the background, I think the stone tiles here have a very nice size compared with the mask, so that kind of does work out well. Kali say yes, prior codes. Alright, then we have one more movie below. It's a mask from a movie. Just Google that. Ah, I see. It's an animation type of movie. I always like animation type of movies. So that's from this movie. I think the mask kind of worked out pretty well, I would say. Some nice white on it. White here, white there. Little dots. I would only say I'm missing like a little bit of brownish red onto like just a little stripe down here. Of course 30 minutes is not a lot of time. And I would say this point here needs to be more pointy forwards, which you can see that very well at the nose. Anything else, I would say it's worked out well. I really like the wood material on this one. Very good. Well, there are a lot of British people doing Blender. I mean, Grant is British, Frank is British. So you're not the first British person. And after the tribal mask, we are gonna go to a fancy corona mask. Tradalex made a medical corona mask, I would just say. It has kind of the right color, I would say. There is some white going on, and these are the elastic band. Looks like it's been used, very good. It's been thrown onto the floor. It has a nice nice smoothness in overall, I would say, very good. Anything else? I would just say make sure, even if it's rubber bending, the edges would still fall onto the ground. Like just make it come out, and then somewhere around here make it look more onto the ground. That's the only thing I would say. But anything else looks very good. It's not very fancy though, but I appreciate he made this medical mask. At least tried it to do it. I think it worked out well. It's not fancy, but I'll bet you've learned something from it. Ooh, some air stuck in my throat. I've been eating cheese. I see AK Animation. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fine. Hope the weather is nice. Then we have one of Yo-Yo. Fancy as in diamonds or full glass mask. Not useful, but whatever. Well, I don't know if there are any people into the chat who think that, especially, masks don't work, or masks are useless, or Corona has been made by 5G, but it's fake. I just leave everyone for how you think. I just respect how you think, whatever. The only thing that I'm going to say about mask, and this is something that I taught earlier today, wearing a mask is something like wearing a seatbelt. A seatbelt doesn't guarantee you 100% that you are still alive after a car crash, but a seatbelt does take care for more percentage for you to be alive after a car crash. And I think it's the same with a mask. Yes, a mask doesn't help 100%, but it can help a bit. And I think every bit that helps is good. So why not? It helps a bit. If you don't wear a mask, you have no protection. Yes. Just, yeah. That's all I gotta say. By the way, a nice face. The mask though, yeah, it looks kind of good. I mean, a lot of people also forget eye protection, because if someone has a good sneeze and all the drops out of his nose and mouth will just come into your eyes, you can also catch corona, because your eyes, the body liquid goes into your body. Is also very bad. So that's a good detail here. I would only say something needs to be done in order to make it. Yeah, well, you were saying it is glass though, but I would just say something needs to be done to it in order to make this splash side here be more realistic, stuck onto the top part here. Like make something like plastic down here, like a plastic line. And then with a little holder down here, so it puts into the holder. Transparency mask, very good idea, especially for people who are deaf and they need to read your lips. So yeah, I think that's very good. A good mask. If two people are interacting, both wearing a mask, there's like near zero chance of, yeah, that is true. Like a mask does help a bit. It doesn't help 100%, but it does help a bit, and every bit is good. All right. Then we have one of 3D Bubble, and I noticed 3D Bubble has like a certain kind of texture on it, which gives me the idea like it is breathable, but also it stops. Like it really, yeah. I almost feel like this stuff could also be very good, well used on a speaker at the front, or like an air vent where the air goes through. But I really like this material down here. I also like the bands around it. I appreciate that you've made it look like it has weight onto it. Physics is going on. Also like the texture that goes around it, or the color. It looks like it has been used type of thing. And there is some detail going on. I think this is a very good mask. The background kind of fits in very well. Very good one, I like it. Then we are gonna go... Not yet, okay. We have another one of prior code, Jokes on Me. He made a Joker type of mask, I guess. The Joker have like this kind of teeth. I think the idea is nice. Maybe it needs a little bit more work. Like Joker is very stretched out, right? Very sharp type of edge here. And I do like how you have been using purple and green in here, because the Joker wears purple and green, except for the one from the last movie, I guess. So yeah, I think that's a very good idea what you've done here. It might need a little bit of smoothness around. It's very sharp edges down here. I like the material on here. Of course, the closer you look, you will see. Yeah, you don't want to see it up close. Let me just say it like that. Like now, it's getting bigger and bigger. You see, like it's kind of start to look odd, I would say. But when you look like from a distance, so maybe the texture should be scaled up or down. Scaled up, so the details will get smaller. So I really like the material, and overall also like the stitching onto it. Very good start. Then we have one of Doomsayer EG. He made like a fancy mask. This is, you know, sometimes I have been thinking maybe I should make like a. This is something I've been thinking for the weekly. I should make like a model, just a white model, the same model with the camera angle on a certain point, and people may not change the model, they may not change the camera angle, they just have to fill in the texturing. I think that would have been maybe very cool, maybe for the weekly. I have something on the planning to do. Yeah, I really like this one. I really like the well, it kind of looks like goldish type of stripes around here. Having make it look like decorative. You can clearly see that the nose part goes in here. I like this down here. I like this mask. Also notice a certain material on here with the lines. I've seen that with the Joker mask too, certain lines on there. Yeah, only thing I would say, cut off the side, make it like a nice square, and then it would be even better. But overall, very good. Blue background fits in well with the gold and the black. A very nice one. Then we have one of Erwin Sunny Ray. I've done it, but I forgot to upload it. And going stylish this time, just basic. Here are the masks I used to wear when I go out. That's a sexy mask. And the only thing I would say, Erwin, light up the scene. Light it up a lot. It's just a mask. There's nothing special about it to make it look dark. And leave the floor out of it too, because it doesn't add anything. Yeah, a little bit of shadow, but it's not important. It would look much nicer with just the background going all the way through. Cut it in a nice square. The mask overall, yeah, looks simple, looks nice as it is. It looks like there's a little bit of something going on onto the texture. I don't know if you've added really something or that just turned out to be like that. Yeah, it looks like there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but it fits in very well. Yeah, light it up, man. Light it up. There are only a few certain moments when you want your scene to be dark. It is, or when the object itself has certain lights, like neon lights, and then you can make it look darker. Or if it's a certain scene which has a spotlight needed onto it, you can make the surrounding look dark. But anything else, in overall, you want to light up your scene pretty much. Just the noise texture, well, I think it worked out pretty well. I really like the texture, what's going on onto here. It doesn't make it look like plain, it really, yeah, makes it look nice. Very good with that. Do we have one of HD? I hope we don't get sued. Well, I hope I don't get sued. So Corona Factory, Mexico, if you're watching, you can, there's a link in the description. You can send some money, PayPal. And I'll make sure if you want to start drinking Corona, get it over here. First things first, the render size is almost very nice. I can tell there is a little bit of cut off down here. It would be even nicer if there was more cut it off, because it's like a linked type of object. Trust me on it. Making the render frame, whatever it's called, more to the size of the object, it makes it straight away look very nice. But the mask itself, it's definitely something different. It does look like a good mask. I do like the detail going on where the string is getting into, then it's I don't know, maybe tied into a knot, and then another layer is put onto it. This texture looks very nice. I will only say maybe the surrounding should have been white too, just like this picture down here, that it might fit in a lot better. But yeah, for the elastic, that's fine as it is. Corona Bear should have capitalized this whole situation. This made me laugh. Never had this drink before. Yeah, well, if you live, if you don't live in Mexico, or your country isn't that greedy, then Mexico can, Corona can be expensive though, and you also have like fake brands. It just tastes like light beer, very light beer. But it tastes nice. It tastes the best when it's like very sunny weather, and yeah, it is nice. I like the the picture overall. And then we're gonna go to superhero, and the only entry here is of Tradalex, a 17-minute Batman mask. It looks like a mask that has been cut out of a piece of black paper, and then only need some holes down here so you can use elastic pens to put through. That's a nice kitty mask. Overall, I recognize the Batman mask. Yeah, okay. In this case, I shouldn't think about Corona anymore because it's nothing to do with that. For a mask, I think it looks nice. I would only say it should be more added at the mouth, so this part here should be a little thicker, I would say. But then again, you have like a lot of types of Batman mask, of course. So far, I think it worked out well. Next time, make sure you cut the picture into a nice square or the size of this mask. I leave the background just a background, and you don't have to add floors and walls to it. Shadow don't do too much in this case. But I like it. So we have one of Tradalex, a 15-minute for the construction mask. Focus on the weekly competition this week. And there is one thing I straight away noticed, which is, I would say, very bad. Having a construction mask with glass, because it's obviously that it looks like glass, is very bad. I mean, in construction, you don't want a rock or a piece of wood flying with light speed to your glass mask, because it will shatter. Glass will get into your face. So the best way, I think, to do with a construction mask, plastic. Just make it the same like this black piece down here. You can clearly see it is made, plastic look. Do the same with this, and then use Alpa. I don't know if Tradalex is, by the way, into the chat. Like, some people use different names onto the chat rather than Discord names. It's actually very simple. Right down here you got the Alpa channel, in case you didn't know. I might need to scale this up a lot. It's a very big node down here. But yeah, if you do this, of course this is Eevee, so it works different. I know how to do it, but I'll guess it changed again. So I'm just gonna say cycles. So in cycles it works straight away. When you scale this up, it goes hard. When you scale this down, it goes invisible. So you can just you know, put it somewhere like right here. And what I always do is add a little touch of blue for some reason. And then you can make it like a certain darkish color. Maybe even more darker. Just try to scale it down. Give it some blue color. I mean, the reflection is everything. Like transparent, you almost don't see it. It is all the reflection that does the job. Now, if you want to have a very good reflection onto your objects, then one thing you could do is you can download Hdri Textures. You just go to Google, type in Hdri Texture. Then you can go to your world properties and open this down here and always do environmental texture. Then you open this guy down here and then you go to your folder where you've stored. I got certain HDRI, you can straight away see whatever and whatnot. For reflection, you can use like a low resolution one. And then if I'm not wrong, if you have reflection on, you can, well, it is slightly, maybe it's a little too much. Of course, I also don't have a thickness to it, which is also important. But you can see it will reflect onto it if it's like a plastic type. So you can get a lot more. That's all for now. You can also have still a black background, but it all works with nodes, or you can just use a plane to cover it up as background. But you get a lot more reflection onto plastic to give it more detail instead of, you know, glass. Glass has its own detailness, I would say. But very well. HDRI Haven is a good website, very good. They also have textures, normal textures. Then we have one of Edwin Sunny Ray. This is very late, meant for superhero masks. So there are multiply of them, and this is okay. You know, if you explain that this is a mask for something before, then it's, you know, I need to keep this in mind when we're gonna do the votes. Very late, meant for superhero masks. Skip this one to that line, so you didn't make it in 30 minutes. Right, looks like a very nice Batman mask. Once again, this is a different one. This Batman has been eating too much, I guess. He's a very chubby face, Batman. Yeah, I like the part with the nose down here. It's very comfortable, I would say, if it's not like a stretch mask. Also like this on the back. It kinda reminds me of a samurai type of helmet, I would almost say, with this on the back, or a fireman helmet. I like how you have added a second one with a different angle, so the picture in overall is okay. It has enough light, I would just say. Very good one, I like it. They have one off construction mask entry. It's a part of it. I saw most wearing this at construction sites. Really? It almost looked like something for a Formula 1 racer, like you put this on for fire safety or something. Yeah, there's probably a reason to wear this. Yeah, construction mask, I'll bet here the ice come into, so yeah, I don't know, it looks more like for me something for fire safety or so, rather than, oh, it's a sun protection. Well, yeah, I can understand there are countries where it's way too hot, you can get burned way too quick. Yeah, then it would become in handy. Okay, very good. You got a nice floor down here. Makes it look like it's some kind of aluminium with patents onto it. so you won't slip when it's wet. Goes all the way in the end. Very good. Very simple. Then we have one of Andrew Burokov. I learned a new modifier, shrink. I made it with a C, so I see that I'm wrong. The green wall, just leave that out. The mask in overall, the shape somehow is very good. I really like the shapiness into this thing. You got a part for the nose. The part of the mouth is a little lower, and then you got like 2 air filters near it. The coloring maybe could have been a bit better. I would say you could just, you know, add yellow everywhere, and then until a part here you just stop making it yellow and just leave this out gray. But I appreciate you want to be a stylist down here. Maybe you have seen this construction mask. It could be possible. I like the way how there is something here. I don't know what it is, but it gives it more detail. The mask looks blurred. Yeah, it looks a bit off with the texture painting. Then anything else like that, I think it's, yeah, I like the shape. Very good. Very good that, you know, there is something I like, because then you have done a good job on something. Try the legs, then we can go to the Vendetta Mask. 30 minutes and ready, Vendetta Mask. I don't know why exactly I have to laugh. It's just like, it has different face expressions onto it. I really like that. Yeah. I'm thinking overall it worked out well. I'm not going to take a reference picture with this. I think it's just very cool if there are different types of it. One has a thinner mustache, one has a thicker mustache, one has more blushiness than other. Overall, I like it. Next time, cut off the sides there. Very simple, very good. Then we have one of Andrew Burokov. Looks like children found a mascara and lipstick. Alright. Yeah, here you can actually see that the texture wasn't that big. That's mainly, I guess, because this looks like it's blurred out. This here looks like tight. It looks like it has been painted onto it, but you see it very rough. The idea is very good. I also like that there is some shape in the cheeks down here. It's very good. Makes it more detailed, more depth. I like the eye wrinkle down here. It's a very detailed something. Cut the sides off. Edwin Sunny Ray, I draw a mask. That's all. Took 15 minutes. This is also a very nice one, because I really like how you have made detail or depth onto the cheeks, like makes it come out. I understand this type of thing. You got some more shape down here. I only noticed the mustache is not black, and I believe the mustache should be black. The cheeks are nice, the color onto it. The V onto it is a very good detail. And overall very nice. Maybe it needs to once again a little bit more stretch out, but that's a personal thing. But I like it though. Geisha Mask. Says Iris Jack. Let me just take a look at Geisha Mask. Ah, I see. That type of thing. But it's Japanese, right? Yeah, sort of. Okay. I know Weep though, nothing to do with Weep. That's cultural thing, right? Or is it really from an anime something? I don't know. Yeah, very good. Do you want to have Tradalex because the masks are similar in the basic shapes. I'm trying different approaches each day. It's fun. Here is the Zorro Max in 17 minutes. Looks very good. I would only say the edges need to be just a touchy harder, or the mask needs to be a little bit more thinner. It feels like it's very thick for some reason. I think that is it. The mask is very simple. I only cannot remember if it has like a band around it, or that he puts it with glue on his face. I'm just joking around, of course. If he has like a band around it, then for next time keep that in mind. You are allowed to search for reference pictures before you start your challenge, because I want people to feel comfortable with searching reference pictures. I don't want people to feel stressed when you're it is not included in 30 minutes, so you just can take your time looking for nice reference pictures, because it's very important. The background kind of does fit in with the black, and cut off the sides though. Increasing the mean crease might be nice for the edges. I don't know if Tradalex knows what mean crease is or something like that. Do you know that, Alexander? Let me see if I know that actually. Press N. Select your edges. Oh yeah, like that. I'm doing some hard surface modeling, but I've been using bevel weights. You know it? Okay, then good, then I don't have to show it. Alright. Then we're gonna go to Doomsayer EG. I am not sure, but I think this hat is a part of his mask. All 30 minutes. A little bit more light would be nice from the front. Just you add like 5 or 10%, which is 0.05 or 0.01. Something like that. Very slightly light. You can just see a little bit more. I'm just gonna type in Zorro Mask because now I'm wondering too. Ah yeah, they have different Zorro Mask. At some point he's wearing like a bandana type of thing, like a pirate, but then a little bit lower onto his eyes with cut out pieces, I'll guess. I'm not sure if this... Yeah, it goes all the way around. Yeah, it's difficult to see. Looks like a bit of a stretch band actually, like a sweatband with cut out eyepieces. Pretty kinky though. Part of his mask, I don't know, maybe there are different versions of it. Let's just say, yeah, this was a type or a few episodes or a season where he had like a different type of new way of doing stuff, and they just put it into his hat. He can shove this in and out of his hat. Would be a nice thing, by the way, to cover it quick and uncover it quick. Just like a Superman wearing his Superman suit underneath his office suit. I like the purple stuff around it, just gives a nice little extra. The hair is nice within the frame. Very good. Vendetta Mask, Zorro Bandits. I guess this is an Apocalyptic, yes, Bandit. Zorro. Yeah, it's maybe those are too late, I guess. This one should be then for Apocalyptic, because I recognize this one, even though I haven't played that game a lot. This is from Borderlands. Grabson does says it took twice the time. Borderlands. I wasn't sure if it looked like it, but it kinda, you know, the mask kinda does look like it. It's a little bit different though, but I like this mask still. I tried to play this game, but you get spawned in the front of the enemies after you die. And I'm done quick with it. Anyhow, I really like this mask. Yeah, Crabson is really good with hard surface modeling, very well. I only, I need to give critic to Crabson. Like Crabson, I believe he has been doing tutorials. He has been working for a company where he did Blender. He's a very good Blender artist. Giving critic to his work is sometimes very difficult. But I'm going to say it right now. I find this front part of the mask a little bit too messy. I mean, he was already late with it. So I would just say the front part needs, a little bit of work. If you look at this Borderland mask though, I really like to take reference pictures sometimes, so Grant doesn't really do it, but Grant has his own way of doing things, his own way of giving critic. Yeah, I'm just going to take this guy. Like, if you look at this mask, it looks very detailed, I would say. And everything on this mask looks just very nice. I like the texture onto it. Looks a little bit dirty. He has some nice sharp edges. He has some smooth edges. There are a lot of nice things going on. Only this middle part could use a little bit more detail. And if you're late, then just go all out. The lighting in the background is very nice. He always has his ways of doing stuff, adding effects, adding backgrounds. I would only say also for Crabson, make a nice square render out of it. Makes it look good straight away. Alright. I don't give much critic to Crabson, so I'm glad I did this time. We have one of Andrew Burkov for Bandit. Oh boy. Poor guy. It's like someone took his mask and wanted to throw it away on the floor, but somehow the time stopped and it just passes above the ground. It's floating, which is very bad. Yeah, and it looks a little bit, the angle is a little bit, put it up straight, I would say, or just put it right onto the floor. So it looks a little bit more realistic, because now you can see the shadows don't match up. It's a bit off center, says Iris Jack. Cut off the sides, and it looks a lot better. The mask overall, it has a very nice texture. It does look stretched here and there, but I at least appreciate of trying to get a texture on there instead of just having it clean. Yeah, like the little. I'll bet you've been using the cloth simulator or cloth sculpting. I mean, it seems to have a thickness, not too thick, not too thin. Just a mask. With one of Tranalex, I thought about the information of you, Corey S, and here my second creation for a Zorro mask, a bandage. We do get a little bit out of place, but I'll just guess. Yeah, we need to ignore Crabson's one. Straight away, I like the texture. I like how you have made it so that it looks like it's thrown onto the floor. I would almost say that it's floating, this part here, for some reason. Because there is something weird going on with, looks like the shadow here. Here you got like very tight shadow. Here there's something blackish, and it makes me feel like it's not onto the floor properly. Yeah, you could in the end actually use the cloth simulator. Or with, yeah, cloth, right? You just add it with modifier, and then you press play, and then it will drop onto the floor more properly. Shadow of the upper part. This down here, because this shadow is this. I know that, but this, there is a little something. Maybe it's on the floor, maybe you've seen it into your Blender that it's actually on the floor and then I'm just being silly here. Could possibly, you know, be a thing. But there's something odd about it. Maybe for next time you need to give your object some thickness. It looks like it's incredibly thin. Wasn't you saying before you have used the solidifier? Probably say it the wrong way. No, it was Andrew. Have you ever used a thickness modifier? I would just like to show stuff. I mean, I learn a lot. I can say you need to do this or that, but sometimes searching it up for a video takes hours of time. So just the plane, and then down here, just this thing, and then you can increase the thickness down here. That is actually all. So a little more thickness, I would say. I do like the texture tile with it. And I would also say you need to have a light coming from this direction towards here. If you're really gonna go fancy, you need to have a light here because it's too dark. It needs a little bit more. Solidify, yeah. Okay. Then we're gonna go to the Apocalyptic Mask. The year is 2020. Oh, here's Iris Jack goes again. The mission: go to the shops and get some fresh bread, butter, and ham. I've left a message for my wife on the desk in case I don't make it home. I carry with me a gun with a single bullet just in case anyone comes with it in 2 meters of me, or I feel like COVID is creeping through my veins. I may use it to end my suffering. Oh, I might grab some Nutella too. Very good. Very good. That's why you were so exciting today, because of your stories. Alright, there's definitely something. I wanted to say it almost reminds me of Darth Vader, but it's not. Kind of with this thing here. I see what you've done here. This is the if the meter goes all the way red, that means you need to replace the filter, I guess. Something from the Metro game. Of course, in the Metro game, it's with a watch. I like that idea for extra detailing. Breathe in and breathe out. A little bit of a round head, I would say. I do like the cloth onto it to protect your neck from sneezing Karens. Get a nice crumbled garbage bag with a piece cut out so you can wear that. Man, I have seen crazy pictures of people making their own Corona suits. Some of them are more crazy than others. I do like this this tube, I would say, having a nice shape coming out of it, but also being detailed. That's very nice. A nice chromy or copper, I would say. Copper, zinc. It's not gold, but it's one of these other materials. Yeah. Definitely something. Yeah, but I like it. I like this whole idea down here. Very good. Thank you for your thrilling storyline there. Anything else to add? Maybe cut off the sides. People really need to do that. I'm just gonna continue each stream again, cut off the sides until you guys do it. Alright. Edwin Sunnyray, entry for Apocalyptic Mask keychain version, can do much detail to time. I got 10 seconds before the time reaches 30 minutes. Thank goodness I made it on time. Well, I'm glad you did too. A keychain mask, I like that idea. You know, remembers the time of 2020. The color fits in well with the background, I would say. It's not too dark, but it could do. Yeah, I like the texture material, whatever you've done onto this, giving it, you know, more detail. I like how the eyes are coming out. Maybe you could use another subdivision because, you know, you can clearly see the edges down here. You're not going to use this for a game, and the point is this key here, or this chain, I mean, looks very smooth. But down here, that's the whole point. Also with a black or with a light background or black background, which is very much a different color. That if you have edges like this, you can see it very much well. Unless different, which means like if you have darker colors or light reflection on it, you will see it lesser, but at some angles you can see it even more. I like this idea. It looks like solid, so it doesn't just break off. I think these shapes are legit. I like this idea. Cut off the sides. Then we have one of Andrew Burokov. Yeah, sure. Same type idea like Iris Jackie's mask. And once again, I really like how this turned out, because sometimes when you shape stuff and you have detail onto it, it stretches it out at the outside and it stretches in at the inside. But in this case, it worked out pretty well. Yeah, I would just say, you know, the basics is good, and I like the idea of the eye piece being outwards. But it needs a little bit more work on the human head shape, I would say. It's very squarish. You got a nice chin down here, while the other stuff is, yeah, very block shape. I also do like the attempt of this texture down here. You know, give it a lot of detail. And of course this penny waffle cookie on the front. Yeah, it's a good start. I've seen very good work of Andrew, so but this one could use a little bit more work. But 30 minutes is not much. Look like soundproof foam, yeah, or like a penny waffle cookie. I don't know if that is just how we Dutch people call that, or that's a real thing. I don't know. It reminds me of this down here, penny waffle. That's it. Autistic foam, sure, could also be. Alright, then we have another one of Tradalex. I have to find out how to get rid of those areas when two meshes textures meet each other. Hey, Darkside Renders, welcome to the... you already said hello before. Excuse me. Hello, Darkside Renders. I hope you're doing fine. I hope the weather is nice. This one is of Tradalex. He was saying, have to find out how to get rid of those areas when two meshes / textures meet each other. I did read it. It is sometimes just like looking on your watch and then you look away and then you're like, what is the time? Right? Let me see. He said something about figuring out get rid of those areas when two meshes textures meet each other. Oh, do you mean the inside of the eye? Isn't this eye part here like a different object? Or what do you mean then? Which part? Well, it looks very nice overall. I really like the rusty type of color against the blue background. That's very nice. From the one to another. You mean down here? Or you mean down here? For down here, I would just say you need to add another ring, and then this side of the ring against this part will give some shadow. Then the transition looks good. Yeah, just add another ring, then the shadow between it will cover it up. But I see what you mean there. It looks like it is one object and the material is very tight onto each other. Yeah, just, yeah, another ring. You can always, oh man. There are ways to, this is one object, those two. Yeah. No, he's really meaning this part. It looks too... around this, it looks nice. It really looks like it is a separate part because it seems like there is some shadow between it. But this one, it looks like it's too tight onto each other. But is this piping and the mask one object or not? It's not one object. Okay, so yeah, then it would be more easier to make another ring down here. Maybe shape it a little bit in edit mode. Yeah, stuff like that. Or you can give it a solidify. Something. Not. Okay. Yeah, just try to mess around with adding another ring. But this looks... in overall, I really love this texture onto it. It really looks good. I also really love the detail part down here. It looks very good. I love the transition between this part and that part. Looks very good. I can see here what you mean. It looks more like a stereotype of thing than a real mask, which is okay. I also, for some reason, do like... It seems like there is a little bit of a stripe going on, but it really looks like it is two pieces of plastic put onto each other, making it look realistic, as in this is a plastic part added to this metal part, I guess. For some reason it looks like that, but it looks nice. I would only say there is something going on down here which I do not understand. It almost looks like this is a separate object, but it's on the same layer in here as the part down here. What you could do is just select a few vertices that are in here and maybe on the side, and just move them a little bit forward so it doesn't go into each other, because that is the idea I'm getting down here. But anything else looks very good. I really like this. You're well on your way of getting hold of Blender, I would say, in a short amount of time. Then we have one of Doomsayer EG War. War never changed it, but it does sometimes look a bit derpy. I see what you mean though. This part down here looks very squarish, while the helmet looks very smooth. This here looks very smooth. You're well on your way with this. I would only say the background blue is a good idea, but make it like this kind of blue. For some reason it looks very eye appealing. Yeah, certain parts look very nice. It's almost like the paint here has been peeled off for a bit for some, or it must be the reflection of the light making it look like it, but it's very nice. The material of this part looks very good. The glassy stuff looks very good. I like the stuff on the helmet. There's some nice smoothness in there. Little radio receiver, maybe a little too tight onto this part down here, but just a small thing. I like it in overall, but yeah, like you say, a little bit derpy. It is almost like it needs a bit of roundness in here instead of this being too straight, but I like it in overall. Looks like the helmet of Ant-Man. Dark side renders the same. Would like to see the other side with this part. Yeah, I guess this part should be, I don't know. I think it could also be on here, like click it onto it, but it just has one filter left and this one is just close, I guess. Yeah, it kind of looks like Ant-Man with just the red stuff in there, I would say, and you know the idea of a mask, air breathing, whatever it's called, gas, toxic stuff. A little antenna on the side. But this is of course referred to Fallout. Alright, there were a lot of entries, 35 to be exactly, unless someone dropped another one in after I made the stream. A lot of nice stuff. You guys have been doing overall an amazing job. I see a lot of different things, a lot of different ideas. You guys are getting better and better with this, very well. Alright, let's do the voting. Now I just have to be careful. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. You just have to say Tradalex 1 or 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there are 11 people with a tribal mask. So, because it's a big list, I recommend you to open your Discord and just go to the entries and check out for yourself who you are going to vote onto. And let me hear your votes in the chat. Oh, is it gonna be Swift, Prior Codes, Tradalex 1 or Tradalex 2? It's gonna be Yo-Yo, it's gonna be Iris Jack, it's gonna be Rap, Edwin Sunny Ray number 2, Andrew Burokov, or Omkar25. Names is okay too, then I can read quicker. So we have Iris Jack, we have Yo-Yo, we have Raf, we have Prior Code 1111. I have to be careful, Erwin, but at all point is, oh yeah, Erwin Andrew, yeah, okay. 5 peeps with 1 vote. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we just wait for more people to vote. We have 11 tribal mask entries, so if you can be bothered, then please vote. If you are just someone who watches the stream and don't have anything else to do with Blender, but you just like to watch, then it's fine if you cannot vote. Well, if there is only a 5-way vote, then it means it will come up to me. Let me see here. .3D Bubble is awake. It says Iris Jack. So we have 2 Iris Jacks. Yeah, but Crapson is later on. We first vote for the tribal mask and then for the apocalyptic one. Just 2 per day. So in this case, for the tribal mask, it is Iris Jack. So congratulations with that. I was actually looking for this one, even though like the texture needs to be, you know, sized, needs to be smoother. For some reason I like this one in overall because I don't know. The mouth, nose, and eyes just looks very well done in topology, I guess, or whatever it is. So, this mask is nice too, only it needs to be a little bit more bendy. Let me just save this guy up. Iris check. I wish you good luck with that. Then we're gonna go for Corona Mask. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 fancy Corona masks, and I need to place. Wait a second. From now on, so behind my point there. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Corona masks. Who you think made the best fancy Corona mask? Let me hear your votes right now. Erwin is gonna go for Doomsayer EG. We have 1 for Tradalex, we have 1 for Erwin, we have 1 for Hdri. Another Doomsayer EG. Any more votes? Any more votes? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. And Iris Jack, who you gonna vote on to? Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a sip of water. Oh, I would say, okay, I thought it, was meant for the buying stuff. Alright, so prior code, so the only one, okay. Let me see, so that means we have 2 for Doomsayer EG. It's a very nice one. I do agree that he should be definitely have a good chance to win, but I also do like this one. I really like the materials, the color and stuff on this one. But in this case, you guys have decided Doomsayer EG. It is worth it, I would say. I am saying it, so let's put this one in my map. Should not forget to actually straight away put all the stuff into a Hall of Fame. Alright, let me put a tinky right down there. Then we're gonna go to the superhero mask. Some people will say this is also a superhero mask. If you know the story of it. In this case, we have 2 Batman masks. The one of Tradalex and one of Erwin Sunny Ray. Who you think got the win on this one? They're both good masks. They both have their own styles. There are a lot of different Batman masks, of course. I would, both. I got something to say. This is a very chubby Batman, and this Batman needs like a string or something to attach it to the face, but nothing too big, I would say. Okay, we have a vote for Tradalex. Another one for Tradalex. If it's 1 against 1, then you don't have to vote. So Tradalex and Erwin, you don't have to vote because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay if you're late. I mean, you're late, but you still join in. I appreciate that. Or else, I'm just saying this right now. It is okay if you join in a little too late. It is okay, or else there is only one, and there won't be really a competition. And yeah, there need to be a competition, right? But in this case, GB door is ringing. I don't hear anything ringing. Huh? I'm sitting on the 3rd floor. You cannot hear the door ringing up here. In this case, superhero mask goes to Tradalex. Hear the doorbell, but that's not possible, man. Maybe it was my phone. Maybe it was outside. Let me take a look. All right, I will. Well, I didn't hear anything. Don't see anything. Maybe you've been hearing like one of my girlfriend's clocks. She likes old clocks, and one of the oldest clock actually make like a little music sound when, you know, it is time. Maybe you're hearing that one. I'm out of breath. Alright, but I appreciate you guys alerting me. Where were we? Okay, Tradalex. Won this one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Then we're gonna go, if after I put the thing in the chat, we're gonna go to Construction Mask. We have Andrew Burkhoff, we have Edwin Sunny Ray, and Tradalex. 3 different type of construction mask. One is a mask filter, one is heat protection, and one is debris protection when debris is flying around. Could be used well together. Just put this on, and this on. You're well protected as a construction worker. Alright. Andrew says you're gonna go for Andrew. Or Erwin for Andrew. 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 Yeah, I don't know. You could easily hear the clock. Like it's new. And that rings each hour and each half hour. So it could be possible. Maybe it was the how do you say in English? The dude who washes the windows. You know, he comes for money. Whatever. Yeah, Frank. I'll bet Frank would be a typical guy that put some dog shit into a bag, put it on fire at the front of your door and runs away. Yeah, window washer, yeah. Not to wash my windows, but the window. Anyhow, enough joking around. Andrew won this construction worker stuff. Subject. Very good. Congratulations with that. Alright. That was that. Now we're gonna go for Vendetta Mask. We have 1, 2, 3 Vendetta Mask. Is it gonna be Tradalex? Is it gonna be Andrew or Erwin? Let me hear your votes. Let me hear your votes. You have 1 vote for Tradalex. You have another vote for Tradalex. Another one. What about for Frank? Yeah. Frank never has time to join. That's why you always stay bad. 1, 2, 3 for Tradalex and 1 for Andrew. More people with more votes. Alright. It seems like Tradalex won the Vendetta Mask. Congratulations. It sounded French, but it's totally not. Unless I missed something. Tradalex number 2. There you go. Alright, let me put Stink in the chat. Then we're gonna go to Bandit or Zorro/Bandit. We have Tradalex, we have Doomsayer EG, we have Andrew Burukov, Tradalex. So don't put one of Craps on because it's not a Zorro Bandit. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me hear your votes. The 1 for Doomsayer EG. If you heard that, then excuse me. Doomster, Tradalex, Doomboy, Trad, 2 against 2. Trad second. Oh. I see it right now. Tradalex have 2 entries, so Raf and Raffles, which one do you mean? The first one or second one? And Kaylee, which one do you mean? First one or second one? This is the first one. This is the second one. Second one. I also say, okay, then it's clear. Tradalex. I saw today for the first time Tyrus.x talking again in the chat. He's been away for a long while, but he won a lot of stuff too at the beginning. There we go. Then we're gonna go for Apocalyptic Helmet. Now, Crepson already was being fair. It took 60 minutes, so it's not like 5-minute overtime. So we're not gonna vote for Crepson. He's honest though, so it's already a win. For the Apocalyptic Mask, we're gonna go for Evan Sunny Ray, his key hanger, or Andrew Burukov. Stratalex or Doomsayer EG, and let me hear your votes right now. Is it beginning? You mean this competition, the first one? Of the tribal mask? Yeah, a little. Did I yawn? Didn't meant to. Yeah, I'm waking up every day now 1 hour earlier. I used to, 8 o'clock, now 7 o'clock. We're working on props, been recording a video, now doing live stream. Alright. We have Doomsayer G, Iris Jack, Erwin, Iris Jack. So we got 2 for Erwin. And 2 for Iris Jack. We have some more people to vote. Yeah, Frank is probably walking to my house again. We have another one for Iris Jack, so I'll guess in this case, Iris Jack has won the Apocalyptic Mask. Oh, yes. I forgot to fill in the Zorro Bandit Mask one. It's Stradalex, okay. All right. Save it up. So in this case, I need to save up the picture. You guys can think of a new weekly theme for the daily 30 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm just going to, do some stuff here and there. Right. Alright, Erwin says keychain, but how am I going to do a different keychain each day? Make a round keychain, make a square keychain, make a triangulate keychain. That is 3 days. Cards, stationary. Stationary. I mean, if you make a still, it's stationary, right? Or, well, not exactly, but... Music, that's gonna be... Yeah, we did music instruments. We did album covers with the weekly. Music itself is a little bit difficult. Fire starting devices. Oh boy, how am I gonna think of each every day? Accessories. Really? Does it mean office supplies? I thought stationary is when you put your car ready to go. Something like that. Keep it stationary until you drive again. I don't know. But I think in overall office supplies, I'm saying it like so because maybe there are more people like me who mistake the word stationary. No, it doesn't mean still, because you can make a car look like it's run on a still, then it's not stationary. Alright, I think the word office supplies would do. There is a lot of office supplies. Look at the amount of stuff I can give you guys. Holy moly. Alright, so you want something difficult or something easy to start off on the Monday? What is this? Is that pepper and salt? Weird office supplies. Start easy, work our way up. Alright. Let me see. Something easy. I mean, these things are easy, or these things are easy. Okay, let me... Oh, okay, I want to do one of these two. I think I want to start with... What is that in English? Punaise, say in Dutch. And then in English it's pushpin. Really? Pushpin? A pushpin. Okay, let's do a pushpin first. Paper. Is that so? I mean, yeah, sure, the overall shape of a paper is easy, but the texture is difficult. Okay, you know what? Fine. Whatever you guys want. Whatever you guys want. The community does the job. And tomorrow I will do push pin, and then like, what is this? Ugh, English words all about. In Dutch we say plakband, and in English you say adhesive tape. Really? Okay. Okay. Tapes, yeah, but I want you to make these kind of tapes. It should have a certain name, right? Sellotape. Okay, let me put this in Google. Yeah, that looks, yeah. Well, small sellotape, not the box sellotape. I see, yeah, okay. Anyhows, anyways. Going to pop out this announcement. So everything should be fine. Blah, 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 yada, yada. And off you guys go. I will just put in the winners after I close the stream. I thank you guys all for being here in this live stream. Wednesday we do the weekly live stream, same time, same channel. Thank you all for the suggestions. You really helped me out with that, the tips and tricks. I have enjoyed myself again a lot. And yeah, I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah. All right. Me? Well, yeah, you have to pay me. You're right. I didn't do the votes, but you do have to pay me. Very good. That's how business rolls, right? All right, bye guys.